VOA Special English Agriculture Report. For some people, the road to immediate satisfaction is laid with sod. A piece of sod has grass on the top and soil on the bottom. It can provide thick green grass without the work or weight required to grown alone from seed. Some property owners are replacing grass with ground covers that requires less care and water. But others want a traditional grassland. Salt or turf might not seem like a farm crop, but the farmers grow it around the world for everything from homes to sport fields. Salt farmers often grow different grazes for different conditions. Farmers must cut, fertilize, and water the soil often. The crop may not be ready for up to 2 years. Farmers harvest it in pieces of various lengths and up to 1 meter wide. Making the best sod takes work. Preparing the ground to lay sod is important and may require change to the soil. David Robson from the University of Illinois Extension said the best results come from moist, richly organic black soil. He said that it's because the farmers use rich soil to produce the sod, so it might not do well in clay soils. Some gardeners prepare an area by removing the existing topsoil and grass. This can be done with a shovel, hoe, or sod cutter machine, but leaf rods or weeds might remain below the surface. Another preparation method is to till the ground completely. Still another involves using an herbicide chemical to kill the existing grass. Sod can be also be replaced over existing grass. The grass will die and become fertilizer for the sod. After sod is in place, it needs to be pressed down firmly. This will remove air pockets and help the sod make contact with the ground and take root. A water-filled drum called as a sod roller can be used. Sod can grow at times and in places where growing grass from seed is difficult. But sod can also have problems, especially if it was not very fresh. Newly laid sod needs water, lots of water. It can quickly become dry. It will need water 2 times a day for at least 3 months. Sod should also be fertilized and it should be treated with limestone if the soil is acid. Sod can be cut to fit and as paste, but small pieces should not be placed along the edge of an area as they can dry out more quickly. You can find other advice online. For example, we learned that sod should not be placed so that the ends of the piece area all in line. Instead, it should look like a brick pattern on a building. And that's the VOA Special English Agriculture Report. I'm Alex Villarreal with the VOA Special English Agriculture Report. Not all research begins with a plan. Some studies begin by accident. Meredith Schaefer said that it was happening with her and Cynthia Sayers. Cynthia Sayers is a biology professor at the University of Arkansas. Meredith Schaefer is a graduate student. They were traveling in the state of North Dakota on a project. They noticed pretty yellow flowers. They recognized them as canola. Farmers grow canola from seeds to make cooking oil. Canola is also used for animals' feed and biofuel. But the canola plants they saw were not growing in farm fields. They were growing along the road. The researchers decided to test the plants. They had brought along special testing papers for the project they were working on. They crushed some of the leaves in water and added the test strips. The results showed that the woody canola plants contain genetic change. If a plant is genetically modified, that means its genes have been changed to produce desired qualities. This past summer, the researchers from Arkansas went back to North Dakota. This time, they went on a road trip to find canola. They traveled more than 5,000 kilometers. They stopped about every 8 kilometers to count plants and take samples to test in the vehicle. What they found, they say, was the first discovery in the United States of wild canola plants with modified genes. Meredith Schaffer presented the finding at a recent meeting of the Ecological Society of America. The scientists found canola plants in almost half of the places they investigated. They tested a total of 288 plants. They found that 80% of those plants contain genes from genetically engineered canola. Some crop plants are modified to resist damage from the chemicals that the farmers spray to kill weeds. There are two proteins that can give canola the ability to resist two commonly used herbicides. One protein gives resistance against glyphosate. The other protein gives resistance against glufosinate. Two of these plants growing in wild showed resistance to both kinds of weed killers. Professor Sagers says canola varieties with these genetic qualities have not been released on the market. This suggests the result of wild population reproducing on their own. For VOA Special English, I'm Alex Villarreal.